evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. A highly requested video that I had on this channel that I forgot to make because I didn't think Shadow High had enough dolls at the time to make a video like this, but I think they do, more or less. But keep in mind that there are not that many Shadow High dolls, so when I say that these 5 are my least favorites from the line, just keep in mind that it doesn't mean I dislike them. I'll explain my reasoning for each one as I usually do, but today we're going to be counting down my top 5 least favorite Shadow High dolls, starting at number 5. If you haven't seen any of my top 5 videos in a while, this one is going to be added to my tier list playlist, which is where I've been putting these videos, so feel free to check those out, and as always, just remember this is my opinion, so don't skewer me for it. Once again, if they're on the list, it doesn't mean I dislike them. With that, let's get right into it. Forgot to mention, but Series 2 is in fact going to be included on this list, so yeah, it's been counted in, well, factoring in this list. Every Shadow High doll is on it. That is out as of today, December 20th of 2022, so let's begin. First up in 5th place is Nicole Steele from Series 1. Before you guys jump down my throat, I love this doll. I'm only putting her here because 1, there's not that many Shadow High dolls, and 2, her fashion just isn't my thing. I'm not a big fan of her outfits. I've seen some gorgeous restyles, and this doll is gorgeous. Nicole is definitely one of my favorite base Shadow High dolls, but when it comes to the stuff that she comes with, like her fashion, I'm not crazy about it. I like the basketball purse that they gave her in the mini accessory studio, but as it stands, I'm not a big fan of her style. The doll also has this weird defect in person where most of the time she looks like she's frowning. Not that that's a bad thing, but, she doesn't look like that in these stock photos. They also kind of set Nicole up by changing her lip mold before the final release. She had a much more pretty, face before they released her. Not to say that the final doll didn't turn out nice, but they did ultimately change her face before release. I'd say her second outfit is probably my least favorite thing. The only thing I like are her, thigh-high boots. Those are really cute. I like her earrings as well. But I'm not crazy about the jacket and the dress that goes underneath the jacket. It's probably a reference to something a celebrity's worn before. I just don't like the look of it. And it's kind of the same with her main outfit, but I still like her main outfit more than this one, which is why I keep her in this one. But yeah, overall, I just have a couple things that I'm not crazy about with this doll, which is why she's in 5th place. Keep in mind that 5th place in my least favorites overall is good. It's not bad, because I'm pretty sure there's less than 20 Shadow High dolls, so, there's not many spots where you could put them. Again, I like Nicole, but when it comes to the fashion, I think she has to be on the list. Next up in 4th place, we have Carla Shupat, which is how I've been told to say the name. Somebody said it's Shupat, and that's how you say it. If I'm wrong, I don't know, blame the commenter who told me that. This doll is just strange to me. I like her fashion, but something about her face irks me. This is obviously an old picture of her, and we've gotten new photos of her, but my opinion on her face hasn't really changed, and I think it just comes down to her eyebrows. Her eyebrows totally blend into her skin, and I do wish that they just made them just a bit darker, so that they'd be visible. I feel like it would have saved her whole face. I think it's likely that my opinion will change if I ever get this doll, if I ever end up buying her and having her in my possession. Because usually that's the case. I could dislike a doll, but then I get them and my mind changes. Again, it just comes down to the face with this one. I do also still have my reservations about Shadow High Series 2 not including second outfits. Just feels a bit unfortunate. Feels like you have less to do with them. Unless you're a restyler, but I don't know. I feel like I'm saying a whole lot of nothing, but I guess I just don't have too much to say about Carla. I think that's one of the reasons she's on here too. With all the other Shadow High dolls, I feel like I have much more to say than I do about this one. Again, it's nothing against her, but I do think she's just a bit boring. Very pretty clothes though. They're super well made, I'm not going to deny that. Again, it just comes down to her face. It just looks off to me. Next up in 3rd place, and this list is getting more and more difficult to make because I realize I don't dislike that many Shadow High dolls. I feel like it's just the next 2, but this one my love for her has faded. It's Vanhoose from the Neon Shadow collection. I don't know. It's like I like some of her pieces, like the hat and the pants from this outfit, and from her second outfit, I like maybe the skirt. But I just feel like overall, this doll disappoints me more and more every time I think about her. I remember being so excited to find her because for some reason I was one of the first people to end up finding Neon Shadow at Walmart. And it was pretty cool. I was like, hey guys, I found Neon Shadow. And it was just Uma. Uma was already like one of my least favorites from the three already. Which, there's only three of them. As I was saying before my dog started barking and I lost my train of thought, I was excited to find this doll when I did, but I feel like over time my love for her has just kind of faded. I was so happy to have her at first, but the more I look at her, the more disappointed by her I feel. I don't know, she's like a pretty base doll, but the style they went with, the fact that she maybe spoke one word in all of the Rainbow Vision arc despite being one of the finalists, I think it's her lack of character that really gets to me. She never got to speak a word, I'm pretty sure. No, it's not as bad as Minnie. Minnie didn't speak at all. Uma just didn't talk a whole lot. We didn't learn anything about her. They gave her like a bio on the website, but to me those bios don't even matter because if none of it happens in the show, if we don't get to see any of the characters' character, I don't care, I don't know. I think that my opinion of her is just soured, so she's my third least favorite. And next up in second place, we have Mara Pinkett. Yeah, I didn't even bother saving her second outfit, because I like her second outfit, but I think this doll could have been a lot prettier than she ended up being. I don't like these boots. They look very lazy. They just say shadow all over them. I almost said sparkle, but that made no sense. The cutest thing about this band was the little 1920s cartoon-looking character that they all have on their outfits. I love Harley. Harley is probably one of my number one favorite Shadow High dolls, but her two band members just fall flat to me. So, Mara's my second least favorite overall, and you'd want to know why? Because of that goddamn hat. That hat is legitimately one of the worst pieces they've ever made. The other characters can't even wear it because she's got a hole in her head to compensate for the hat. She has a hole in her head that you stick a peg that's in the hat onto her head with. The other characters don't have holes in their heads except like maybe some early Rainbow High dolls like Ruby and Jade, which I'll never understand why basic Jade has a hole in her head because she wears a beanie that is not made of plastic. Why does she need that? I don't know. The beanie doesn't even have like a plug in it. Like there's nothing to even like stick into that hole. I don't know. Look, point is this doll just falls flat to me. I don't like this outfit that she's wearing here, but her second one's okay. My main issue is with the hat though. I just nearly choked on nothing. My main issue is with the hat though. That's what I was trying to say. Second place. Before we get to first place, I'd like to give a dishonorable mention to Rex McQueen from Shadow High Series 2. I don't know, I just don't like the style they went with for him. The big coat is cute, but looks kind of goofy. And do I need to put into words how much I hate when Rainbow High makes these cringy pieces that have like a sentence on them, like the hoodies? I don't sparkle, I just have shade. Anti-sparkle sparkle club. Holy shit, it's so cringe. Like, this jacket is just so cringe. The existence of it makes me cringe. It's like Junior High Amaya's jacket. I don't even remember what it says at this point. And it's kind of like Kaya's hoodie that says, I heart you, but I've chosen fashion. Every time they make a piece like that, it makes me cringe. But I didn't feel like the fact that he makes me cringe was enough to put him into the list, so he's just a dishonorable mention. I do still like the base doll, though. Although I do wish that they'd given him a unique face mold, because he does not look like his art at all. He just looks like River, which is bad, because River has the worst face mold. Okay, on to number 1. As usual, we're going to count down the previous 4 entries before we get to number 1. Number 5, 4, 3, 2, and finally in first place, Eliza McPhee. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this list, but I just don't like Eliza. I feel like she's one of the few Rainbow High dolls that I genuinely just do not like anything about. And I can't really explain why. she just doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. I feel like it's also the fact that she just doesn't have any character to her whatsoever. I don't know. It's just like, next to the other two costume ball dolls, like, Lola has a gorgeous face mold. They gave her Lily's face mold, as well as Simone's, like, head mold in general. Demi, I forgot her name. Demi is just a vampire. That's awesome. They gave her white lashes. It looks really cool. But what does Eliza have? Blue lipstick? That's cool. She's got a nice face. But everything else about her is just kind of plain. Her shoes are boring. Her dress is boring. She doesn't have anything that makes her feel sort of whimsical, in my opinion. Like, if she's meant to be a fairy, I just feel like she should be different looking, more colorful. I don't know why they made the fairy a Shadow High character. I don't know. She's not bad, but I just feel like I wanted more out of a fairy from a Halloween line. There's also the fact that she has legitimately no personality, and I'm pretty sure she never spoke in the show. So, yeah. Overall, Eliza's my least favorite Shadow High doll as of right now. Who knows, when Series 3 comes out, maybe they'll release a doll so egregious that Eliza will be dethroned. I don't know. I don't dislike any of the dolls I've talked about today. Like, I feel like Eliza's the only one that I'm, like, close to disliking. It's more just that I'm disappointed with how she turned out. It's the same with Mara. Her second outfit was pretty good, but her first one isn't. Uma just kind of got boring to me over time. Carla, I like everything about her except for her face. And with Nicole, it's just the fashion that I dislike. Overall, I think Shadow High is a really great line. I just wanted to make this video because it was very requested after I made my top 5 least favorite Rainbow High dolls. And I never did it. And I was going to review the Monster High episode that Abby showed up in today, but I just didn't have time, so I figured I'd throw together this instead. Yeah. Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any other top 5 things you'd like me to rank, like, I don't know, I don't know. If there's anything else you guys would like to see me rank, like top 5 best Shadow High dolls, top 5... Maybe I could redo my Rainbow High tier list because it's been a while. I don't know. Just let me know if there's anything you guys would like to see me rank, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!